Reacher Season 1 start with Jack Reacher. He just come to Georgia for some peach pie, but he is rudely interrupted by being arrested. The Harvard-educated, tweed-wearing detective, Finley, fills him and there was a murder late last night. Reacher is suspect number one because he's a mysterious drifter with no home address or possessions. But it's soon obvious Reacher's innocent. He's a retired war hero who just came to town because he loves blues music. In fact, Reacher almost solves the case immediately. He was a military investigator, and he has Sherlock Holmes-like powers. The victim had a phone number in his pocket, which leads him to this banker guy. And when he sees a mysterious car watching him, he confesses to the murder, even though he obviously didn't do it. Now Reacher's not free till his alibi clears, so Finley forces him to help the investigation. He and the banker spend a night in jail, where he hopes the banker will tell Reacher the truth. But whatever he's involved in is real serious, as his inmates were already hired to kill him. So Reacher knocked them down. Next day, he's picked up from jail by the hot cop Roscoe. So Reacher's planning to mosey on until he learns he knows the victim. It is his brother Joe Reacher. And now the case gets bigger when the chief of police is murdered, brutally nailed to the wall. Now they realize there's a vast conspiracy. All the other cops are probably dirty. Reacher's the only one they can trust. First off, banker guy disappeared. They gotta protect his family. So Finley calls in his FBI friend who babysits them. Their top suspect is Mr. Kleiner, the rich guy in town who seems real good and is obviously bad. Especially because his son, KJ, has been threatening Reacher, even though Reacher could crush his head with one hand. The only thing suspicious is all the cow feed. He ordered a hell of a lot of cow feed for not that many cows. So Reacher keeps investigating. He starts hanging out with Officer Roscoe. They start to fall in love, and pretty soon, the case keeps getting more complex. One night, Reacher kills two Kleiner's men before they kill him. So Reacher gets help from his old friend, Negley, who was in a special investigators unit back in the military. Reacher finds out that his brother Joe worked for the Secret Service, and when they talk to his coworker/girlfriend, they learn he was investigating counterfeiting. She comes to town to give them the files, but the bad guys kill her too. In New York, Reacher talks to the counterfeiting expert, who tells them it's the paper that you just can't fake. But the bad guys have goons here too. So it's starting to come together. Mr. Kleiner's running a vast counterfeiting network where they're shipping fake money down to Venezuela. But when Finley goes to his office to find evidence, Mr. Kleiner was already killed. He wasn't the top dog. So Reacher lays a trap by telling one of the corrupt cops where he's going to be. Then he goes into commando mode. So he killed the squad. But during the fight, Reacher got knocked into the pool, and now his notepaper is all faded. And that's the final puzzle piece. How are they getting the money paper? They're just using $1 note, washing the ink off, then reprinting them as hundreds. And that's what all the cattle feed was for, using it to dry the paper. But Finley's FBI friend was in on it the whole time. And it's Kleiner Jr. who killed his dad and took over the operation, 'cause he's a little psychopath. But they're not killing Reacher yet. They need his help to find the banker guy who they didn't kill. He's in hiding. But Reacher sneakily grabs a fork to pop the tire. Then in the trunk grabs a gun and gets away. Then the time for subtleties over as Reacher and friends attack the warehouse and go in guns blazing. In the final showdown with KJ, Reacher just grabs this punk, throws him in the fire, avenges his brother, and he come out like a Bollywood hero. So Reacher finally gets his peach pie, then leaves town for his next adventure. And that's where Reacher Season 1 comes to an end. So the video ends here. See you in another video. Bye-bye.